Welcome, Sagittarius, Capricorn, to your April mid-month reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. Best message coming in. Best message. Judgment call. I like that. Get that inner calling coming through. I like it. That. Talking about that new phase, right? This new phase coming towards you. Talking about that calling, that inner calling, waiting for that horn to blow, feeling at the mercy of whatever is going on around you. Clarify on the situation. You're going to have a lot of inspired ideas coming at you right now, with probably a lot of information, a lot of messages, bringing in a lot of excitement and a lot of freedom. But, you know, you do see this reckoning. You do see this inner calling. When that horn is blown, right, that phone message, that text message, that person coming to talk to you, however it's going to be, is going to give you this excitement. It's going to give you this aha idea of what is going on around you, especially when it's talking about your success, right? Because you have the Page of Wands coming out with the King of Pentacles. So it's saying what's going on around this success. It's going to make you feel very comfortable, right? So you definitely have something that's coming out that says, oh my gosh. And it could even be something that you have been trying to get very disciplined, right, in at this certain time. Right. So it's something that also makes you feel like you're in control of the situation, something that you really wanted, right? Something that before you might have felt a little sad about, something that you might have thought was never going to happen is now coming towards you. Wow. Oh, Gemini, right? So it's going to give you something to contemplate on, but at least now the contemplation is not going to be this overall sadness, this overall feeling of, oh my gosh, this is not going to happen, because now you finally get this message that says everything is working out for your own good. Okay, so you do have the compassion over here of the Queen of Cups. So this is something that's going to be very calming. It's going to calm all of the nerves and all of the areas of your life where you were feeling disconnected, feeling like it's not going to happen. All that restlessness is now going to dissipate, right? And this is going to allow you to pause and surrender as you're going to get, like I said, more comfortable about the situation and really taking the authority. Like I said, it does feel like you were already disciplined within this situation. You were just waiting for that overall prosperity. You were waiting for this calling. You were waiting for this message. And now it's saying you can let all those other things go because everything is changing. So you can release those so that you can get that kind of the bigger picture of this situation with the Hangman. So with the King of Wands over here, you might even feel like somebody might be fence-sitting a little bit on the situation, or you might have felt like it was taking a long time, right? And it's kind of crazy because you have the King of Wands, and I said getting the bigger picture, and that is the bigger picture to overcome whatever this challenge was to get to where you needed to be. But I do have to say, you could have been waiting on a Pisces or a Sagittarius feeling like they were kind of fence-sitting the situation. Whoever needs to write you could be a fire sign, and you might have been waiting for them, right? And you might have thought, this is never going to happen, right? This is never going to happen because it's taking them forever to come around. But finally, that's where it is, right? Finally coming through. So loving that. Let's get a couple of cards on those to see what's going on. There could be some kind of acceptance too. I do see the acceptance within the Hangman when it comes to the King of Wands. You might have been, and the King of Pentacles, you may have been waiting for them to accept your application, accept something that had to do with some kind of proposal, a job for sure, college application, something is going on over here that you wanted them to come, and look at this and just felt like it's been sitting on their desk forever, type of scenario. Clarify on the Page of Wands, the King of Pentacles for me, please. Yeah, conflict and defeat, feeling like this was just in kind of a conflict, feeling like you weren't going to get this new beginning, where now the new beginning is there. Wow, yeah. Feeling like now you have the proposal, now you have the connections that you needed as this person is connecting themselves to you. So yeah, and this conflict and defeat, it really is like feeling, you know, it's the Five of Swords, but it kind of is saying on this area here, yeah, because I just didn't think this was going to happen, right? I thought this was more of a disconnect. So it could have caused a lot of mental conflict within the situation as you're trying to get to this new beginning, trying to get to this message coming through, and now you can feel like this is where it needs to be. Finally, I feel the connection. Finally, they're connecting to me. Finally, they're making this proposal. They're accepting my application, however it is. So feeling like you have a lot more hope when it comes to this and having that positive movement forward. This is going to give you the overall awareness that, yeah, everything is going to change for you. Everything is coming together for you, right? So, yeah. Absolutely. And that hope is really going to be really on that Queen of Cups, because this is where the calm is going to come in and say, yeah, I can see in my cup right over here, right, that everything is falling through. Everything is going where it needs to be. I just pause and surrender to see the positive movements over here, and I can see everything coming together. I'm very aware of the situation, taking action. This is the Magician over here. So it does. It feels like finally my manifestation is coming in. Finally, the action that I have taken has finally taken the turn where I'm waiting for this. Whatever you guys are waiting for, it just feels like there was like no movement. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. No movement at all. And now it's changed around, right? So, yeah, absolutely. Where you felt stuck. Felt like, you know, things are not going to move in my you know, in my favor. But now everything is moving in your favor. Man, I love that. It's like, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, so just grab a couple more cards. Tell me where they're kind of moving over here, Spirit, in this movement and positive, moving towards the Ten of Cups. Yeah. Moving towards that inner happiness, that contentment in which you were looking for, that fulfillment of what your heart's desire truly was. You've been waiting for this for a while. Some of you may have been waiting for someone to propose to you with the Two of Cups, with the Ace of Cups that I have here, with the Ten of Cups. So you might have thought that this person was not going to propose. We're in this relationship for a very long time. Where are you? Why haven't you proposed this? Or maybe you wanted to go on holiday with them, you know, or something of this nature, a vacation, and maybe you thought they were never going to ask you to go with them, you know, however it is. That's also a huge possibility. But now it's saying you have the direct communication. It's kind of crazy too, because when they kind of direct this communication towards you when they're coming through, it's like, yes, it's going to make you so happy, but it's going to be very direct. It's going to be very clear. It's going to be like, yes, and this is how this is going. As they're coming in as the Queen of Wands and also coming in as the Page of Wands. So there's like this passion, but it's very direct, very firm. Wow. So bringing in that news, very direct and very firm about the manifestation. And a lot of you have manifested this. You wanted this to happen. This is what you were really wanting to happen, really waiting for that. It feels like a lot of you even were kind of, you know, trying to take a lot of action. I think in some ways, though, you might even ran out of things to do. Right? Without like feeling like, okay, well, if I text you 1,000 times, I'm stalking you. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to become your stalker. Because in some ways, you know, as we're manifesting, we can only do so much. That's why we have to end up letting go and letting it flow. Because I can sit over here and tell you 1,000 times, take action, take it. But there comes to a point where there's no other action you can do, but except now wait. Right? Wait. So I feel like that's what ended up happening. Is you were like, that was it. I put everything out there. So clarifying on the Magician and the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Yeah, get ready for new horizons. Open up your heart to joy. That's right. There it is. There it is, my friends. That is it. The new horizons. That's the, you know, the world card coming out with that Fool over here saying, well, this is it. This is what you were looking for. This is where the journey begins. This is what I'm looking for. A new journey starts here. Enjoy. Open your heart. Get ready for it. Everything you're looking for, yeah. And you might even feel it was a miracle. Now, in a lot of ways, I do feel like it could be a miracle in the way you're seeing it as well, because I do have two magicians and sitting on top of the universe over here. So definitely feeling like you're kind of like, you know what? It is a freaking miracle. So expect the wondrous to emerge, Spirit says. And with all these cards here, 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, and 2 Magicians, yeah. Yeah, it might feel like a miracle. Because I do think it was something that you kind of given up on, my friends, that you were kind of like, I don't think that this was going to happen, right? Well, here it comes. Enjoy your new journey. Till next time, peace and love. Bye-bye. Space, just feeling your whole body